SkyNet 824 heavy, clearance is correct. Contact zip and get it.
Clearance, hello, April 7506.
April 7506, clearance is Kilo.
Check, we have, actual pickup Kilo and identifier 404 Hotel.
April 7506, that's correct. Contact zip and get it.
Check, April push, thanks, have a good night.
Parker 28 aircraft, 630. Clearance 26, gate 258 with Yankee, I believe. Pushing Kilo.
Sorry, last caller. Clearance, I got somebody at Kilo, but I didn't get the first part.
Jazz 26 with Kilo 404 Foxtrot.
Jazz 26, clearance, that's correct. Contact zip and get it.
Okay.
Good evening. Oh no. You've got to be kidding me.
Hello, 273, we're at gate 126 with Kilo. PDC is 404 Whiskey.
SkyNet 273, clearance, that's correct. Contact zip and get it.
Good day.
Welcome to a stream about Microsoft Flight Simulator, where it immediately crashes to the desktop. So, it's a good thing we're doing a short flight. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let's try that again, because
Jordan 7313, we have a Dennis.
that also means we have to redo everything else, because as soon as the sim crashes, everything else takes a shit with it. Because Microsoft shits all over the place when it crashes. And we're back. Now we are going to try to set up a whole bunch of things here. And see if maybe this time things will not crash all around us. If you hear me talking to somebody off stream, that is my buddy who's going to try to do SkyNet with us. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, screw it. Good evening. We started off with a crashed desktop, so we've already got that out of the way. Hopefully we just get the one and done. Okay. SayIntentions is running. Put up my FSATC chatter just for some background noise.
23, contact ground 1219.
219, Route 1623.
So Blake, do you know how to get SkyNet enabled in SayIntentions?
Traffic at 3 miles final with comp, they're going to land runway 24 left. Land 24 left, kind of 453.
Yeah, it's under preview. Just enable that. I turned my other traffic off because I want to see if I can just see just your plane, and it'll be easier to see a single plane instead of one and a whole bunch of other ones. And you also have to make sure that you have share my audio turned on, and I turned all the other multiplayer audio off because we should be able to hear each other, albeit with like a 4 or 5 second delay.
Take off runway 23.
Take off 23, Georgia 771.
And I'm at gate 46 or something like that. Gate 46 Alpha is where I'm at. I'm just gonna set up my flight here. Let me know when you're loaded in and connected to SayIntentions. I think I see myself on the tracker map, the SayIntentions tracker website. And there is a filter for filtering only by people who have SkyNet enabled. Or there's like an option to turn it. Oh, I see you. Or I see somebody. I do see you. Yeah, I see you on the map, on the tracker, I should say. I think, and I think I actually see you at the airport. I do see a lone plane over there in the same place where it shows up. So that those watching the stream, I think this airplane over here is Blake. But let's set up our flight here. So, do we have nav data? We do not. Okay, good thing I checked. Let's get that.
Take off runway 23, Encore 3520.
I don't like how long this is taking. It's not a good sign.
Virgin 7271, contact departure 1288.
38, Georgia 771.
always something
Air
going
Transit
on.
565 Heavy on the ILS 23, 169.
Air Transit 565 Heavy Tower, wind 1605 knots, clear to land runway 23.
Clear to land 23, Air Transit 565.
Let's see if we can get away with it. Yeah, I think we can. I'm just gonna ignore the broken PMDG tablet. Blake's plane still there? Yes, it is.
Oh, good day, Air Canada 1235 with you, cleared the ILS 24 left.
Air Canada 1235 Tower, U190 traffic short final, wind calm, clear to land runway 24 left.
We seem to be on the tower frequency. We should really be on clearance. We are on clearance, but FS Chatter thinks it's tower. Interesting. All right. Okay, well, we do have a flight plan, so that's good.
3526, contact departure 1288.
288 on core 3526.
We'll also try the new SayIntentions checklist. So let's check with the co-pilot. What checklists do you have available?
It's runway 248.
24 cross 24 right, Air Canada 453.
That's good because those are the checklists I set up customized. Let's do the let's do the pre-flight checklist, please.
Jazz 649 tower, stop climb at 5,000 feet. 23.
Test it.
5,000, line up 23, Jazz 649.
Why is it speaking the responses? Auto. I must have misunderstood how these checklists were supposed to be set up, because she's answering my check responses.
So Air Canada 711 is with you, QX.
Air Canada 711 tower, wind calm, clear to land runway 24 left.
Clear to land 24 left, Air Canada 711.
I'm just checking in the checklist tuner. This is all very pre-alpha, so and like I think only available to partners for Beyond ATC right now. So I have my own pre-flight checklist. Challenge response. Yeah, she's reading the challenge response. That doesn't make any sense.
Air Transit 565, exit Hotel 4 and contact ground 12165.
Hotel 4, 12165, Air Transit 565.
Jet Airways 234 heavy tower, caution turbulence, heavy landed ahead, wind calm. Nearest dash 8 departing, clear to land runway 23.
Clear to land 23, Air 234.
Yeah, let's cancel the checklist, please. So this is actually a good example of how good the AI is, because you can just kind of say like, "Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Let's just stop that," and it knows what to do with that.
413 is the coming up here, final for left.
Air Canada 413 tower, 320 traffic at a mile final, wind 1404 knots, clear to land, runway 24 left.
So land for left, Canada 413, thanks.
Okay, we'll just keep setting the airplane up. We're now on the APU. We'll go back. Let's get our clearance, is what we should do. WestJet 3287, ready to copy IFR clearance to Prince George. Yeah, we are on the wrong frequency. Okay, that makes sense.
Hello, Air Canada 622,
That's better.
Formation Golf, gate 138, MPDC is 383 kilo.
Air Canada 622, clearance reback correct, contact April 122.07.
How's it going, Blake? Oh, you're still not in. Okay. I'll continue setting up my airplane here and we'll see. We have a lot of time. I think the flight's only about an hour. I do this stream for until 9 o'clock Pacific, so we've got some time to figure it out. Alright, well, Blake's... Sounds like Blake's sim is potentially stuck, so we'll... WestJet 3287 ready to copy IFR clearance to Prince George, please.
Cleared to Lima Papa Papa Delta via the Dead Key 4 departure, Rackham transition, flight plan to depart runway 24 right, squawk 0534.
Squawking 05. Golf and 12227, good day.
So it didn't pick up my call sign from Simbury for some reason. I gotta look at that in a second. Clear to Prince George. After departure, radar vector is FASBO, then is file. Departure runway 26 left. Climb 4,000 feet. Departure on 128.175. Squawk 4771. WestJet 3287.
Whiskey and we're at gate 141. Canada 428, clearance reback correct. Edith Golf, contact April 122.27.
Ground on 121.7, WestJet 3287. So I'll switch to ground, but we'll try to figure out what the heck's going on.
105, heavy ground, runway 23, altimeter is 2999er, 8 is Romeo Taxi, Alpha Hotel.
23 at 2999, we have Romeo Alpha Hotel, Air Canada 105.
So that's the cabin crew AI in the background. Part of SayIntentions' entourage.
Canada 7247.
7247, it's going to be departure runway 23 now, the balance unchanged.
Right, runway 23 and Biggest 3 at Canada 7247, thank you.
Roger. Back apron, are you still going for the X?
Affirmative.
Roger.
Okay, runway 26 left, no departure.
Sunwing 32 gate.
I don't think we'll be able to do the performance tool, maybe.
39 Echo.
Sunwing 32, clearance reback correct, good day.
Actually, yeah, okay. Looks like we can. Flaps 1. Yeah, we got a long runway and not much in the way of airplane. Pretty small.
Alpha Hotel. Alpha Hotel 2979, clear 13.
Our selected temperature is 54. TO1.
Starlink 243 Alpha, short Alpha Kilo.
126, 127, 130. Close enough.
Alpha Juliet.
Alpha 2 Alpha Juliet, Russia 243.
Why is my parking brake not set in this airplane by default? There we go. That's better. We're on the APU.
Dallas 109, left turn Alpha Kilo, contact apron 12227. Have a good day. All right, Alpha Kilo 2227, Dallas 109. Good night.
Good morning, ground Air Canada 43. We're approaching Bravo 3.
Good morning, Air Canada 43, heavy ground, taxi left Delta, Delta Quebec.
Left Delta, Delta Quebec. Air Canada 43.
Canada 105, heavy. When you get to Sierra, wait for a WestJet joining off your right-hand side.
When we get to Sierra, we'll go behind WestJet or Canada 105.
Alright, I think I misunderstood the checklist setup a little bit.
Canada 284, contact 12227.
12227, coordinate 284.
Good morning, track to 893 with you at Echo Bravo.
Track to 893, Grand to Echo, Romeo cross runway 33 red, hold short Bravo.
Romeo cross 33 red, short of Bravo, track to 893.
Okay, well,
Air Canada 41, apron actually is ready for you now, so continue Charlie, Alpha, and hold short Alpha Kilo.
let's keep playing through the checklist even though it's not doing it the way that I thought it would. Let's do the before start checklist, please. Confirmed. Confirmed. So it doesn't matter what I say in response. Set. V1 127 VR 127 V2 130 set. Completed.
It's American 2589, continue taxi Alpha right at hotel.
Checked.
American 2589.
Checked. Set. Fuel pumps on.
Air Transat 3
Checked.
on Alpha Kilo.
Transat 348, runway 23 at Romeo, altimeter is 3001. There's an op
Checked.
behind them. Once they go by, taxi Alpha Hotel.
We taxi Alpha Hotel.
Checked.
Transat 348.
I did not have APU bleed on. I do now. Checked. Checked.
That's 900 gram. And contact apron 12207. Have a good day.
Hey, left here, Delta Victor over to apron. Thanks for help, Desmond.
Yes, good morning. It's Air Canada 131, PDC 539 Juliet, and we have ATIS X-ray. We're at gate 128, positive D8.
Air Canada 131, claim 3 back correct. Data is now Zulu. Check positive DIS. Good day.
Thank you.
Alright, well, we're gonna go do pushback, and I can never remember. Let's see if I can remember the frequency.
Toronto Ground, Air Transat 708, approaching Alpha Kilo for 23. Transat 708, heavy ground at runway 23, to Delta, altimeter 2978. Taxi Alpha, hold short of hotel. You can do your engine clear there, advise complete. Okay, we'll taxi Alpha short to hotel, do the run up there. 2978 on the dial, Transat 708.
Cockpit to ground. Okay, that is the ground. That is good though. Ground, WestJet 3287, ready for push and start.
Transat 348, you know, I'm just going to split up the airways here for visual departures. Additionally, give way to the one behind them.
Push approved is approved. Face west. WestJet 3287.
Good morning, Western 2702 with you, lane 3 short of Alpha Juliet.
So 2702 ground, runway 23, altimeter 2999, ATIS is Sierra. Taxi Alpha and Hotel.
Taxi Alpha Hotel, WestJet 2702.
Cockpit to ground. We are ready for pushback. Let's connect the tug first, please. Let's see how that works. It's doing it, but... No, it's not. Now it is. We're ready now. Park and brake released. Oh, the chocks are still on there. That's better. Starting engine 2. Think we got enough pushback tugs there? I think we confused it a little bit by asking for pushback without asking for the tug, and then asking for the tug when it already started. That part's a little bit finicky still, where you have to say just the right things. Starting engine 1. So the SayIntentions pushback is not as, it's not quite as simple as, well, I was going to say not as simple as GSX. It's nicer though, because you just do it all by voice. So in that sense, it's good. It's not quite as smooth as GSX, I should say. But honestly, I quite like it. Is that like a skid mark there? Did we leave skid marks? Or was that the tug doing it? Two good engines, park and brakes are set, you're free to disconnect. APU is off. Like the tug took a weird way to get off there. Alright, thanks so much. See you later.
Hey, ground from Transat 708. We'll just need 10 seconds on the run-up. Would that be possible to do on the runway? Transat 708. Yeah, that'll work. I don't have traffic behind you. And can you turn on your transponder, please?
Okay, let's do our before taxi checklist. Let's do the before taxi checklist real quick.
Checked. Ground, good morning, Caribbean Airlines 606 on Alpha, approaching
Checked.
30. Caribbean Airlines 606, ground, good morning, continue Alpha, Alpha Juliet.
Checked. 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 Checked.
Tower 1187, they'll have you in about 16 minutes. Have a good day.
18-7, have a good day, American 258.
Checked. There's a bunch of things I haven't actually done here. Checked. This is why checklists are good. Checked. Checked.
American 737, Alpha Hotel.
Alpha Hotel, Air Canada 737.
Checked.
So 2702, when you get to November, give way to a tow right to left.
Checked.
Russia 2702.
Clearance, good morning, Cast 982, PDC 539.
Checked.
And then 2 clearance, 3 back.
Is it just starting it over?
And it is now Alpha.
We had Alpha.
Cancel checklist, please. Ground, WestJet 3287, ready for taxi.
Ground up. Alpha Hotel to runway 23 with Papa, Delta 1212.
Oh, we're doing 26 left. We're going down there. Okay. Runway 26 left via Juliet Charlie, Juliet Hotel Delta, Delta 7, WestJet 3287.
827, good day, WestJet 2702.
Okay, I had it right. I had it wrong in my mind, but... So we're actually going to taxi right past where Blake's plane is or was. I don't know if he's still there. We'll find out in a moment when we taxi there. Here we go.
The 708 Monitored Terra 1187.
18-7 for your contact 708.
So I've started taxiing to where I last saw you, but I'm not sure if you're going to be there or not.
Ground low, WestJet 418 with you on Hotel 2 to join Hotel, gate Alpha 3.
WestJet 418 ground, good morning. That gate's not available yet. Taxi Hotel, cross runway 15 right. Taxi on runway 15 left.
Okay.
Hold short Romeo.
Were you? What kind of plane were you in? Or trying to be in the first time? Okay. Was it an Air Canada livery? Okay. Because that's what I saw. I was just... I think I couldn't quite make out whether it was an A321, but it was definitely an Air Canada. I'm just curious how good the model matching is with this. But it seemed like it got that right.
Blue 370, contact 219er.
219er, Blue 370.
I still see you there. So I'm pretty sure that plane's not usually parked there otherwise.
Ground American 2589, we have Alpha.
Thank you.
Well, it might be. That might not have been you that I saw. That might be static with my airport scenery.
No rush at the moment. There's nobody else out there. So when you're ready, contact tower 1187. Come in.
1187. Is there like a whole pad down there we're waiting on numbers?
No, you're the only one out there. So for now, you can go ahead. The next one is a few minutes behind, but it's all good. So it'll be good. 187 when ready.
All right, thank you.
Alright, I'm just gonna pause here for a moment. I'm gonna refill my drink, and that gives you a little bit of time to hopefully load in. We'll see.
648 short Alpha Kilo.
Sub 648, runway 23, descend me altimeter 3001, taxi Alpha Hotel.
Alpha Hotel, 648.
It just doesn't load you in the sim? Really? Okay. Yeah, that's strange. I've seen it get stuck on loading into the airport. I've never seen it go back.
2198
Hmm.
short Alpha Juliet with you.
So 2198 ground runway 23 altimeter.
I mean, I guess it's nice because it means it doesn't. You don't have to kill it. It doesn't get stuck. But anyways, I'll be back in a minute, and you can load in the Phoenix, and we'll see how that goes.
American 2589, you can monitor tower on 1187. Departing will start in about 20 minutes.
18.7. Thank you, American 2589.
Soccer 894 with you, Delta Tango.
Soccer 894 ground, show Delta, hold short Alpha.
Delta, hold short Alpha, Soccer 894.
Thanks, WestJet 652, ground, continue Bravo 1, hold short of Bravo. Bravo 1, hold short of Bravo, WestJet 652.
Sierra 4469 ground, taxi Alpha to Alpha Tango.
Alpha to Alpha Tango, Sierra 446. Mike, Alpha, Alpha, Kilo, Shuttle, 13.
We're at the airport. Oh, I see an airplane. Yeah, it's just showing a white one. But that's okay. I'm pretty sure that that's you. Because that plane wasn't there a minute ago. So I'm gonna... I'm gonna do a radio check on the ground frequency.
Information X-ray identifier 539 Romeo.
I want to see if you'll hear me, and then if you do a radio check, if I can hear you. I guess, yeah, I was gonna say, let me know when you're actually powered up, and then it's, what is it, 121.7. Meantime, I'll keep taxiing.
Runway 23 with ATIS Papa, altimeter 3000, taxi right on Alpha, hold short November. Just working on a wheel up time. Okay, Alpha short of November, Brickyard 4422, copy the rest.
Okay. I'm WestJet 3287, just FYI, in case you can't recognize the voice. WestJet 3287, radio check, please.
Good morning, Air Canada 402 holding for Alpha Juliet with information kilo.
402, ground runway 23, ATIS Romeo, altimeter 3001, await for a company 87 to pass off the left, and taxi Alpha Hotel behind it.
Taxi Alpha Hotel behind the 87, altimeter 3001, and we have information Quebec, sorry, 402.
ATIS now Romeo.
Okay, thanks.
Did you hear anything? I just heard you.
2-1 short of Delta Tango.
There's one
Yeah.
ground runway 23, ATIS.
And you heard, yeah, okay, and I just heard your readback too, the response. Cool, that works.
Ground hello, Rouge 1722, coming up Hotel. Rouge 1722, ground, good day, taxi Hotel, cross runways 33 left and 33 right, Bravo, hold short, Bravo 3. No, cross both 15, and then Bravo short, Bravo 3.
Okay, well, I'm just taxiing to 26 left. Curious if I can, I'd love to see if, once you're set up, if you taxi over here. I'm just curious to see how good the injection is and how good the plane moves.
Ground,
the other ones.
Romeo, altimeter 3001, you're number 1 to the heavy, taxi Alpha, hold short, Alpha Kilo. Number 1, taxi Alpha, short Alpha Kilo, Air Canada 73.
Airbus is pretty quick.
Clarence, good morning, it's NovaJet 75. NovaJet 75, Clarence, good morning. Good morning, sir. I'd like to get the clearance to Kilo Mike and Charlie Austin. I'll see if there's one in there. It hasn't populated yet. NovaJet 75, are you able PDC?
Alright, so that's kind of cool. So it's a little bit in between all my FSATC chatter, but we were able to hear Blake's call to the same frequency. And it was not quite real time but close, and they said it was, they say it's about 4 to 5 second delay. That sounds about right. Which is honestly not bad though. But that, I'm looking at this from a lens of group flights. When we do group flights with my virtual airline, we don't usually do VATSIM, but it would be really cool to be able to do it with SayIntentions and have SayIntentions sort of sequence everybody together and hear the responses from everybody else, and takeoff clearances and all that stuff. And that's not all in phase 1 of this, but it's coming. So that's very exciting for me.
With ATIS Papa, altimeter 3000, taxi Echo, November, hold short.
Delta 7, which one was Delta 7?
Echo November, hold short 150.
That's Delta 9. I'm just looking at my chart. Oh, I missed. I went past it already. Okay, that's fine. I'll go back. We'll turn around. There's Delta 7 on our right. We'll skip the checklist for the takeoff because actually we might do it when I wait here. So I want to wait for Blake to see him taxi. Let's do before takeoff checklist, please.
Ground.
Flaps 1 set.
26 heavy.
Set. Checked. Checked. Checked.
Get ready to sunlight.
Checked. Checked.
Ground 1 air, shell 6.
Checked.
Right taxi. Shell 6013, Toronto ground, runway 23, altimeter 2982, taxi Alpha Mike, Alpha, hold short, Alpha.
I heard your clearance call, Blake.
Alpha Mike, Alpha, hold short, Alpha Kilo, runway 23, air, shell 6013.
So that was pretty good. Did you do that on ground frequency, or did you switch to the other frequency? Okay, okay.
Brickyard 4422, wheels up at 1032, continue taxi Alpha and Hotel.
Alright, copy 1032 at Alpha Hotel, Victor 4420.
So I've turned off the other ATC chatter so that we only hear SayIntentions right now. And we just heard the clearance readback as well from Blake, so that's pretty good. I think we have enough fuel to sit here for a little bit before we switch over to tower. So we are fully ready to go. We're just waiting for Blake to taxi on over. That's Blake requesting push and start. If I knew what buttons I could use for the drone, I could even fly over there. Nope, that's that. I don't know. I don't know what the buttons are to turn the drone, so we're just going to move over and watch him. I'm coming over in the drone camera to see if I can watch you push back and stuff. I just heard your pushback call. What do you use for pushback? Are you using the SayIntentions? Okay. Yeah. I hear you. Also, I think in the Phoenix it doesn't work well. It seems to break it. Okay, are you in the Phoenix, the 321? Okay. Well, it's definitely the right model. It's just using a white livery, so the model matching, I guess it couldn't find an Air Canada one, which is a little weird. I feel like I'm sure it is, because I've got 3 different libraries installed. I've got FSLTL, AIG, and Just Flight, or whatever it's called, the other one. So I feel like it should have found an Air Canada A321, but oh, it's moving. You're moving, right? Alright, back to us, and we'll should see you taxiing around the corner at some point here in the next few minutes. Yep. Well, I've seen you moving now, and I've heard you, so I'm actually going to go ahead and take off, I think. Or switch over to tower 118.7. Tower, WestJet 287, ready for departure, runway 26 left. Ready for departure, runway 26 left, WestJet 287. Cleared for takeoff, runway 26 left, WestJet 287. Just want to make sure we don't run out of fuel and we don't get we don't overrun on the stream length here for too late tonight. It's not, I don't know, I think it's an hour flight, so we're actually 10 minutes behind schedule right now. I assume that you did not hear me talk to tower, right? I figured. Alright, that all seems to be working, the frequency stuff and all that. I did tell them that it didn't get the right livery. By them, I mean the devs on their Discord, but I suspect model matching's not easy. That's going to take them a while to figure that out. Alright, airborne. Yeah, I see you still sitting there. That's cool. Contact departure, WestJet 287. Set departure. Departure, WestJet 287, 2,500 feet. Cleared direct fastbow, flight level 200, WestJet 287. So LNAV, we're already in VNAV.
Traffic.
Nice. Let's do the after takeoff checklist. Checked. Checked. Landing gear up. Checked. So I just turned on the noise cancelling headphones, which is the Boris Soundworks audio pack for the PMDG 737. I can turn it off again. I mean, I like the sound of the packs in the background, but sometimes you just want a little bit of quiet, especially if you're talking to somebody else. Or in this case, doing checklists, so it's kind of nice. And it only applies inside the cabin. Climb to flight level 280, WestJet 287. Outside the cockpit, it's so loud. Wow, what a pretty sight. Now you're listening to the cabin crew from... Hold on. Who's that? Who's that? That must be SkyNet, but I don't see them on the tracker. I don't have any other multiplayer audio turned on. Interesting. Huh. .133.7, WestJet 287. Climb flight level 350, WestJet 287. And we gotta switch over. Vancouver Center, WestJet 287, flight level 194. Anyway, I mean, there are some small things to be worked out by the looks of it, but this this has great potential, I think. The fact that you can see other planes, that's not all that unusual. There's a couple other tools that you can use, obviously just a built-in multiplayer, but we tend to use something called Unifly or JoinFS, or of course VATSIM if you would like to talk to other like real-life human ATC. But being able to have AI ATC, multiplayer injection, and hearing everybody on the frequency with you, just like on VATSIM, but without having to rely on VATSIM controllers, or without having to follow those rules as closely, is pretty cool. Flight level 360, WestJet 287. So SayIntentions is doing some really cool stuff, I feel, with all these add-ons. Like, it's so much more than just ATC now. Which is kind of crazy, but makes me very happy. That is a lot of snow. Oh yeah, it's not that long of a flight. We're already about 90 miles away from TOD. Or, not, sorry, not 90. Like 120, 130. Still. Party jet. Donner party jet for 20. Let's see in the back. I think we got lots of room in the cabin. I don't think there's anyone in here. Also, I'm really short, apparently. Nope, lots of room in the cabin. Pick any seat you like, Axeman. You may even want to, like, spread out across the aisle. They're very good backseat, I was going to say drivers, but backseat pilots, I guess. They're very quiet, keep their opinions to themselves. You can actually get real people into those cabins with a GSX add-on, but I don't have it installed, and I hardly ever spend the time waiting for them to actually board because it takes a little while. I might do that on the next stream. I've never had it work with the PMDG, with the Boeing airplanes here, but I really want to try actually, so maybe I'll give that a shot next week. This one I'm mostly playing around with the SkyNet stuff. Yeah, it's pretty reliable in the Phoenix and the Airbus. I always get passengers there. It's cold in my room right now, and looking at all this snow, these snow-covered mountains, does not make me feel any warmer. The SkyNet thing, how robust is it, or... It needs some work still, but the fundamentals are there. And they're working really well, actually. I was on the ground in Vancouver with a friend of mine, and I could see them taxi around. We will expect RNF Yankee to runway 33 into Prince George in about 10 minutes, WestJet 287. That's good. I'm glad that they told me that so early. Let's go have a look. We want to do RNF Yankee to 33. Now, let's have a look at what this looks like in the plan mode. So we go there, and then okay, so we have like a weird cutback. That's not gonna happen. Just trying to plan ahead a bit. I always fly with real weather, so it depends a lot on where I'm flying. I guess right now I'm flying in Canada because that feels comfortable. It's home. I'll do like a Caribbean flight next week or something warm. That'll probably be nice because I think it's supposed to rain next week in Vancouver here. So on my charts, RNF Yankee 233. Oh, it's okay. It's gonna, yeah. Hopefully we get a shortcut of some kind. It's a very short flight, so I'm going to start setting up for the approach already. What do we have for that? Minimums are 2553. I'm going to spin the knob forever. It's actually not bad. Flying into Denver is a real pain in the ass because the minimums are like 8,000 feet. 2553. Oh, Daisy, yeah, that's true. I don't know what it is. We seem to like the cold. Must be a Canadian thing too, somehow. There's actually a new DayZ map I want to try. I wish I had more time to play games. That's really what it comes down to. I was just watching somebody else stream DayZ today, and they were streaming on some sort of on a new map, or relatively new map, that was set in Japan on a Japanese island. So it's a little bit more tropical, though I think it was quite cold in that game as well. So I think DayZ is just like, it has to be cold. That seems like some unwritten law or rule, because most of the clothing in DayZ is warm. So if you actually had a map where it's hot outside already, it would probably be really problematic, actually. Alright, so we got top of descent in 80 miles. Or in about 10 minutes, according to SayIntentions. Yeah, the fjords. So I actually went to university in this town that we're flying to, or city in northern British Columbia. It was cold there. I spent 3 years there, and it would get to minus 45 or 40 degrees Celsius in the winter. It was to the point where if you didn't cover your nose, your nostrils would freeze, and it would just be pretty miserable. But it's a good experience. You really get to appreciate the slightly, just mildly cold weather that I'm experiencing now, which is like, you know what, this is not a big deal after you've been used to what was done in Prince George, where we're flying to now. It's kind of like it all becomes very easy. Hey Blake, you are airborne now according to the tracker. What, are you on the center frequency yet? Okay, that's where I am too, so just curious. We should hear, the next time we're told anything, we should hear it. Hopefully. Well, there is somebody else in just over Calgary, but that would be a different center, so we shouldn't hear them. I heard somebody else earlier, and it wasn't you, and it wasn't one of... I don't know where that came from. It was like... It was a bit odd. Because I have it set up so that the only other person I should hear right now is you. And of course, SayIntentions itself, but shouldn't be anything else. I turned off all the multiplayer chatter and everything. But there were two calls, just once each, for like a different WestJet and a different Air Canada that wasn't us. I was like, what if something leaked through somehow? Yep. It's gotta be... Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to do that. I just saw on their Discord that they're adding a new feature to this soon where you can add a group code. So let's say that there's 5 of us that want to do a group flight on, say, SayIntentions. We can just pick a random group code, and if we all enter it, then it'll kind of group us together, and we'll only hear each other and not, you know, anybody else. Like right now, there's not many people on SkyNet, but there could be others. Okay, I just got descent instructions, so be curious if you hear that in about 10 seconds or so. We will start descending to flight level 270, WestJet 287. Descent flight level 270, WestJet 287. Did you hear that? Okay. Maybe, but I think the same frequency would cover the whole area, but maybe not. Maybe they have it configured so that you're too far away you wouldn't actually pick it up, but I don't think that's how it works. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, and I didn't hear that, so Well, it's like, it's literally been out for what, a day? This feature? So, yeah. It'll take them a little bit of time to sort it all out. But it's actually not bad for a first start. Like, you're right, they might do something to the center to declutter it based on distance or something, because we heard each other on the ground just fine. Yeah. Yeah. Though honestly, for this one, I would have wanted to. I would have expected to hear yours. I suspect it's a bug more than a feature. It's just a guess. I left them a note on there. I do like how active the SayIntentions development team is on Discord. Like, I've seen so many times where somebody's like, "This isn't working," and they're like, "Hold on, I changed something. Does it work now?" And then it does. Everybody compares SayIntentions and Beyond ATC, and rightfully so. And the standard response I always give, if you want something that you pay for once and it pretty much, it does really good ATC and it does the traffic, and you just kind of set it and forget it, and you'll be happy with Beyond ATC. But you still kind of have to say the right things, and if you don't say it quite right, it's not going to know what to do with you. Whereas with SayIntentions, it is just a lot smarter. It's a bit slower. It's sometimes a bit more temperamental. But you know, you can, like, I could right now, I think I could tell it I want to land somewhere else. Like, I could say, give me vectors to Williams Lake instead or something, and it would do that, whereas Beyond ATC would just go like, sorry, request not understood. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, Beyond ATC is, it's AI voice recognition and it's AI voices, but it's not AI comprehension, I guess. Whereas SayIntention, it's AI comprehension. Like, AI will try to comprehend what you're trying to accomplish and help you out with it. Whereas Beyond ATC will understand what you want within the confines of exactly what you told it you're going to do before you took off. Like, your flight plan is your flight plan, and that's how it is. And, you know, honestly, 80% of the time, that's probably all you need. And it works really well for that. And it's pretty affordable, and the traffic stuff is pretty cool. I use Beyond ATC when I don't want any trouble. When I just want things to kind of work, I just use that. But when I want to do some cool stuff, or I want to try something new, actually I try to go back. I was playing around with a combination of actually using both, where I was using Beyond ATC just for the traffic, and I turn off the ATC, the voices completely, and I use SayIntentions for the ATC, but I get the traffic from Beyond ATC, and that works kind of well. It's really overkill at this point. I think SayIntentions will eventually get traffic as well, to the point where it'll just do everything. Right now it does like 60% of everything. So it still needs a lot of work, but descent flight level 180, WestJet 287. Yep. Descending to 18,000 feet. Oh yeah, in what way? Vancouver Center 134.0, WestJet 287. Center WestJet 287, flight level 233. Oh, that, yeah. It seems really overly sensitive with that. I'm not even sure that it's accurate because, especially the bank angle. Yeah, that's interesting you mentioned that. I'm testing the next beta of like there's going to be an update to Smart Cars 3 in the next 2 weeks, I think, and it'll get rid of FSU IPC. You won't need that anymore for that. It just uses SimConnect, which is great in my opinion. But it, well, I'm looking at my log right now. I'm using it right now, and I still got a bank exceeded 30 degrees. And I know I was on autopilot, and I'm pretty sure that the 737 by default, the autopilot will not exceed 30. Now, it might have gone to like 30.01, and maybe it's just that sensitive. But I guess in the end, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't impact anything, but I know that it can be a little bit annoying. Where it's like, I'm pretty sure it's not quite accurate enough. But I blame the simulator more than the tracking software, because it only takes whatever is reported by the SimConnect stuff. But I'm looking forward to getting rid of FSU IPC. Just the only thing I need it for right now is Smart Cars, and when that's gone, it'll be good. Nice. I just got to 180. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've used 2024 for a couple of flights. There's some things I really like about it. It loads quite a bit quicker, and some of the graphics are nicer. The Phoenix works really well in it, actually. Like, I've had good success with the Phoenix in 2024. And like there's the regular, like the stock Cessna is fine for like a Cessna Sundays, but obviously none of the PMDG stuff works yet. I don't trust it. I can't trust it to be for like long hauls or long flights to be reliable. It's fine for like an hour or two, but that's about it. Descend 9,000 feet, QNH 29er59, WestJet 287. Is it coming on the 18th? Is that the date that's coming out next week, I guess? Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. That would be good. I mean, 2020 sucked at first too, in a lot of ways, but it just, I don't know. I guess most people were hoping that 24 was going to take advantage of the fact that we've had 15 or whatever sim updates for 2020 that got it into a really good position, but kind of just started over with all the bugs and problems and things. So, but I hope that sim update 1 will mean that people like PMDG will be able to start porting their planes over, because I really like the 777, for example, and I mean, I'm flying the 737 right now. They're just really solid, you know. They just work. They're good. Okay. That should be interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, 133.8 WestJet 287. They do. Approach WestJet 287, 14,000 feet, descending to 9,000. .71 WestJet 287. Yeah, that will be interesting. I don't. I think I got the super duper version that has all the free stuff. I don't even know. Hold on 1 second. It just gave me a direct to a waypoint that I don't have. 1 second. Cleared direct Bosock, descent 5,000, cleared RNAV, Yankee 33, WestJet 287. Bosock, direct drag, and down to 5,000. Ah, we're not too bad. We're only 1,600 feet above where we should be. It gave me a really, really big shortcut on the approach, so keep that, be aware of that. Which meant that my VNAV profile ended up being really high because it was calculated on, you know, a longer runway, if you will, a longer path than I'm actually flying. But it's all good. So they're landing RNAV 33, and they gave me direct to Bosock. Yeah. We're cleared as well, so we'll go. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, that's glide path. I think what I see is not the airport, it's the highway. But the airport is just near the close to the highway. Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, for a couple of releases, right? Yeah, free. Yeah, free. What do they call them? Legends. Yeah. That's good. I mean, Asobo, I think. I always feel like Asobo probably had the right intentions, and it was just Microsoft pushing them to release it in 2024 because that's what the damn thing was named, and it realistically should have waited until 2025. But tower on 118.3, WestJet 287. Okay. Tower WestJet 287 inbound RNAV Yankee runway 33. Approach VREF nuts. That's right. Approach. Clear to land, runway 33, WestJet 287. I gotta slow this thing down. I can't slow down. Dropping the gear at 240 knots. I think 280 is the safe, or something like that. Maybe not. Either way, it's coming down. Oh, I'm on the glide path. It's got the speed brakes all the way out. I just can't get this thing to slow down. Oh, shit. I had manual speed selected still. That would explain it. I was like, why is it pinned at 240? It's like, because I'm commanding 240? Oops. Okay, well, we caught it. We're still 6 miles away. We got time. We could slow down. $200. Yeah, we'll be fine. The 737 at least slows down pretty easily. The 737-700, that is. The 900 gets a little more slippery, I found. It's a little more difficult to slow that one down. Yeah, I mean, the 900 flies very much the same. The main difference is you need a longer runway, and it's a little bit harder to slow it down. But that's about it. We are in the middle of the snow, Rumpo. We are about to land in Prince George. We are all set, I think, for landing. Autopilot off. Hand fly this. Pretty nice and stable, actually.
100. 50. 30. 10.
And we're down. Ground on 121.9er, WestJet 287. Ground WestJet 287, just landed. Request taxi to a gate, please. Look at that, we landed right on the dot, 9 o'clock, 8:59, 9 o'clock now. Parking 13 via Alpha, thank you, WestJet 287, see you later. Oh, you got vectors. That's exactly the approach I got, minus the vector. So I love the cabin announcements that SayIntentions does with the AI, where it's mentioning the pilot's name, the co-pilot, where they landed. Like, it's really, really great. Rumpo redeeming 10,000 points for the next departure on Shack Air. Forgot that was a thing. So where are we departing from next time, Mr. Rumpo? Or are you going to tell me sometime before next Thursday? PMDG 6. This is the 700, but still just as cute. APU on the buses. This is actually a pretty good rendition of the Prince George Airport. I flew out of this once, I think. Once flew from Prince George to Kelowna. Thanks for the follow, virtual flight. Japan! Okay. That sounds good. Anywhere specific or just Japan? Somewhere in Japan. But I like that. Japan is a good idea. Okay. Japan to somewhere awesome. Okay. I will do that next week. Preference for a plane, little plane like this, even smaller plane, or a big, big plane? The 600 and 900 models are actually really good value items to have. The 600 especially, I think it's the cheapest one of the bunch, and it's so good. And then the 900 gives you a nice bigger cousin option. So I'm keeping an eye out on the runway in the back there, because my friend Blake there is about to land at some point here in the next few minutes, and I want to see, we should be able to see them. That's what SkyNet, SayIntentions SkyNet is supposed to give us. We saw him when we took off and we taxied back in Vancouver. We heard him on the radio then. We haven't heard him since then, but the flight itself, the ATC from SayIntentions, was excellent. Perfect this time. Okay, so this is the biggest size plane, but I have to depart Japan but land somewhere else outside of Japan. Okay. So I'll have to make sure I pick something that can get to like whatever's close, Korea or something like that. All SkyNet does is pay attention. I know. I feel like we're tempting faith by calling something SkyNet, but that's been done. That's outside of my control. We can't put that genie back in the bottle. I just want to be friends with it. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll find a plane that will go from Japan to somewhere. That should be no problem within 2 hours. I'll have a good look around. Landed approximately 10 minutes early, with a fuel burn of approximately 3,000 kilograms lower than planned. Alright.
Yep, 7653, ground, continue Bravo Charlie, hold short Charlie 3. Traffic off the left will follow you.
Taxi Bravo Charlie, hold short of Charlie 3, for info 7653.
Georgian 7330, taxi Delta 5, Delta Tango, contact apron 12207.
Delta 5, Delta Tango, contact apron Georgian 7330.
Ground Air Canada 410 coming up, Alpha Lima.
Cam 410, ground runway 06 left, data Whiskey, altimeter 2982, taxi Tango, cross runway 33 right, Echo Delta.
Tango, cross 23 right, Echo Delta.
How far from landing are you, Blake?
410.
Alpha 6267. Short Alpha Tango, you ready to taxi?
Number 6267, ground runway 6 left, X Alpha Tango, taxi left Bravo,
Okay.
Bravo
I'm keeping an eye on the...
6 left.
I want to see if I can see you land, right, just to test that part. No problem, Steve. We'll, I mean, the new smart cars will come out soon, and then the
Cam 707, follow the company 321 off your
Say
right.
Intention stuff. I have no idea when SkyNet will come out. They did say something along the lines of it's going to be free for everybody somehow, for the whole flightsman community, so they might roll it into their free app.
We're going to go Delta onto runway 33 right, Victor short of back.
Which is nice. I think that would be great.
Jet 435.
Ship 435, ground runway 06 left, data Whiskey, altimeter 2982, taxi Tango, cross runway 33 right, Echo Delta.
Tango, cross 33 right, Echo Delta, West Jet 435.
053, taxi Delta 5, Delta Tango, contact apron 12207.
Delta 5, Delta Tango, over to apron 2207 from info 7653.
Aircat 707, that's you.
Can we run the secure aircraft checklist? Checked. 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 Packs are off. Checked. Battery is off. Checked. Okay, so Blake should be coming in any moment now. It's really, the weather's kind of, can't really see. Let me see if I can play with this a bit. We might be able to get a better look. This is the runway back here. So we're just waiting for like a minute or two here to see if we can see him land. Feel like I can hear an aircraft, but it's really hard to... Oh, there he is. Yep. Just behind the trees. I can see you, Blake. Couldn't see you land because of the sun and stuff, but I can see you on the runway now. In your plain white Airbus. Alright. That's going to do it for the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. So next week, we're going to be flying out of Japan to somewhere nice in a plane roughly the same size as this. So I'll work on something. I'm going to check some of the sceneries and see what locations are kind of appealing just somewhere close to Japan. So we'll do that for Rempo's 10,000 points that he redeemed. And we will see you next week. Be sure to check out Shacknews.com throughout the week. Also sounds like there will be an update to 2024. Sim Update 1 is coming out on the 18th, which is before my next stream. So we might fly that next one in 2024 just to check out the new Sim Update if everything goes well. No promises though, because one crashed desktop per night is enough, so we'll have to manage. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourselves a good night. We'll see you next week.